Workplace accidents happen to us all, but with a little caution, they can be avoided. But when accidents do happen, CFB has a workers' compensation program in place that covers injuries that arise from activities in the course and scope of employment.
What is workers' compensation?
Workers' compensation is state-regulated and designed to cover work-related injuries, diseases, or illness that employees may experience during the course and scope of their employment. Workers' compensation is not disability or medical insurance, but it does pay for medical treatment. If an employee is unable to work due to their injury, workers' compensation will pay up to 70% of their lost wages for all compensable injuries or illnesses.
How does workers' compensation work?
CFB's program is facilitated by a third-party administrator who is hired to manage all workers' compensation claims. Since CFB is self-funded, district funds are used to pay for all compensable claims, including doctor's visits, physical therapy, hospitalizations, and additional care needed.
Who's eligible for workers' compensation?
All CFB employees are eligible for workers' compensation, including substitutes and part-time employees. Volunteers, parents, students, independent contractors, and members of clubs and organizations are not eligible for workers' compensation. Eligibility only applies when an employee is injured while involved in work-related activity during the course and scope of their employment. Using workers' compensation for a non-work-related injury is a crime. Let's review a few scenarios to help you understand what activities are and are not related to workers' compensation. Havoc, would you mind helping us out with this one?
Sure.
Scenario 1. You need to hang up a bulletin board on the wall. Not wanting to inconvenience anyone and thinking it's a simple task, you decide to stand on a chair. Uh-oh, turns out that chair isn't very sturdy. It tips over from your weight and you fall, hurting your left side and back. Is this eligible for workers' compensation? Yes, it is. Although this was a bad idea, you were hurt during the normal course and scope of your employment. Therefore, this injury would be eligible for workers' compensation. Scenario 2. You are heading to lunch. You clock out and exit the building to go for a jog around the track. As you are jogging, you trip and fall, injuring your leg. Oh dear! Is this eligible for workers' compensation? No, this would not be eligible for workers' compensation, as you were not engaged in work-related activity. Lunchtime is personal time, unless you are still engaged in work-related activities such as a business lunch or meeting. This includes activities that occur on campus after you have clocked out from your regular duties, such as volunteering with groups and other organizations. Scenario 3. Your supervisor asks you to go to another campus to pick up some supplies. As you travel to the campus, you end up in a wreck with another vehicle. Watch out, Havoc! Is this eligible for workers' compensation? Yes, it is. Although you were traveling to another campus, you were engaged in work-related activity. Therefore, it is eligible for workers' compensation. Reporting your injury. The first report of injury form must be completed, signed by your supervisor, and submitted to the Workers' Compensation Office within 24 hours of each incident. Attention supervisors, principals, and other leadership. Even if the employee does not wish to complete the form, per state law, the incident must be reported. This action protects the employee and CFB, as well as identifies any safety issues that need to be addressed. The first report of injury form can be obtained from your supervisor, campus secretary, or right on the CFB website. Go to Staff Portal and then click on Workers' Compensation. Additional documents available are the employee rights and responsibilities in various languages and a list of workers' compensation approved clinics that will examine your work-related injury. Please notify us of your desire to see a doctor prior to your visit so that we can authorize your examination. For questions and concerns about workers' compensation, please refer to the contact information listed on the CFB website. Well, that wraps it up for workers' compensation. From CFB and Havoc, make good choices and stay safe.